This is Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com with our college football pick show here for week 10, part 4. We'll have 9 games from Saturday, all picks for you there. We do these in parts, so we'll have them all done for you here by Friday night. Before we get underway, just a couple things. Be looking for more free pick videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for my best bets, my premium plays, get the link in the description. That will take you to my page here at Tony'sPicks.com. So let's get underway here. We start here with Navy and Rice. Navy fell to 6-1 after their 51-14 defeat to Notre Dame. The midshipmen gained 310 yards, 222 rushing for 5.2 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 466 yards to the Fighting Irish, 265 rushing for 6.6 yards a carry. Blake Horvath, 7-13 passing for 88 yards and an interception. He rushed for 120 yards and a touchdown. Rice drops at 2-6, a 17-10 road defeat at UConn. The Owls put up 178 yards, 90 rushing for 2.8 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 309 yards to the Huskies, 181 rushing for 4.1 yards a carry. Drew DeVilliers, 14 of 30 passing for 88 yards. Rice and AAC play has struggled to get points on the board. They rushed for 4.5 yards a carry, but 60% completion rate against the conference. Owls defend against AAC well, allowing 4.1 yards per run and only 57% completion rate. Navy has been efficient offensively facing the AAC. They are a high-volume rushing team in conference. They allow 4.8 yards per rush, only 58% completions against the AAC, playing Navy and Rice under 50.5. All right, next up we've got here Coastal Carolina and Troy. Coastal Carolina fell to 4-3 with their 34-24 home defeat to Louisiana. Chanticleer has gained 400 yards, 208 rushing for 7.7 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 516 yards to the Raging Cajuns, 373 passing yards on 36 attempts. Ethan Vasco, 3 of 10 passing for 10 yards. Noah Kim, 16 of 25 passing for 182 yards with 2 touchdowns. Kim could start here. Troy drops to 1-7, a 34-31 road defeat at Arkansas State. The Trojans put up 466 yards, 162 rushing for 4.3 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 534 yards to the Red Wolves with 349 passing yards on 40 attempts. Matthew Caldwell, 22 of 33 passing for 304 yards with 2 touchdowns and 3 picks. Coastal Carolina defensively in the Sun Belt is allowing 4.8 yards per rush with 278 yards passing for 8 yards per pass attempt. Troy is rushing for 5 yards a carry at home and completes 65% of their passes for 8.5 yards per pass attempt. Chanticleers have lost 3 of 4. Play Troy here at plus the 4.5. All right, next up we got Wyoming and New Mexico. Wyoming drops to 1-7 with their 27-25 home defeat to Utah State. The Cowboys gained 470 yards, 276 rushing for 6.6 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 378 yards to the Aggies with 148 rushing for 4.9 yards a carry. Caden Anderson, 15 of 24 passing for 182 yards. Mexico fell to 3-5 with their 17-6 road defeat at Colorado State. The Lobos put up 453 yards, 134 rushing for 3.8 yards a carry. Defensively, they held the Rams to 334 yards, 192 rushing for 5.3 yards a carry. Devin Dampier, 23 of 40 passing for 319 yards and 2 interceptions. He rushed for 51 yards. Wyoming struggles offensively against the Mountain West with only 51% completion rate. The Cowboys defend by allowing 4.3 yards per run with 51% completions. Mexico is a high-volume rushing team in the Mountain West and has been efficient in the passing game. They allow 4.5 yards per rush and struggle in pass defense in the conference. Wyoming is 6-3 of the under on the road against the Mountain West. The Cowboys lack a passing game, but good pass defense the key here. Play Wyoming and New Mexico under 61. All right, next up we got UMass and Mississippi State for Saturday. UMass improved to 2-6 with their 35-7 home win to FCS Wagner. Now, 2 weeks ago, it was a 45-3 home defeat to Missouri. In that game, the Minutemen gained 237 yards, 95 rushing for 3.1 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 461 yards to the Tigers with 231 rushing for 6.1 yards a carry. Tyson Fonmonchana hit 12 of 22 passing for 132 yards with an interception. Mississippi State 1-7 with a 58-25 home defeat to Arkansas. The Bulldogs put up 471 yards, 162 rush for 3.9 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 673 yards to the Razorbacks, 359 rush for 9.7 yards per carry. Michael Van Buren here, 22 of 31 passes for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He had a rushing touchdown. UMass offensive struggled on the road, 3 yards per rush and inaccuracy in the passing game. They held opposing quarterbacks on the road to 55% completion rate. Mississippi State has struggled on the ground. Here, 3.6 yards a carry. Their defense has a physical advantage here, which means scoring will be a difficult task for the Minutemen. Here will be on UMass and Mississippi State to go under 60. All right, next up we got Hawaii and Fresno State. Hawaii improved to 3-5 with a 34-13 home victory in Nevada. The Warriors gained 395 yards, 242 rushing for 5.8 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 380 yards to the Wolfpack, 286 passing on 39 attempts. Braden Shager, 14 of 25 passes for 150 yards with a pick. He rushed for 120 yards and 4 touchdowns. Fresno State 5-3, a 33-10 home victory to San Jose State. The Bulldogs put up 401 yards, 126 rushing for 3.2 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 385 yards to the Spartans, 284 passing on 51 attempts. Micah Keene, 30 of 41 passing for 275 yards with 3 touchdowns and a pick. Hawaii has struggled on the road with the run and accuracy in the passing game. The Warriors allow 33 points per game on the road behind a poor pass defense that gives up 75% completion rate with 8.4 yards per pass step. Fresno State is a good passing team against the Mountain West with 70% completion rate, 7.4 yards per pass attempt. Hawaii's lost and failed to cover all 3 road games. Hawaii 1-3 of the spread on the road against winning team. Player will be Fresno State at minus the 13.5. Louisville and Clemson college football pick for Saturday. Louisville improved to 5-3, a 31-27 road win at Boston College. The Cardinals gained 461 yards, 129 rushing for 4 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 318 yards to the Eagles, 154 rushing for 3.8 yards a carry. Tyler Shaw, 28 of 38 passes for 332 yards with 2 touchdowns and a pick. Clemson now 6-1, a 48-31 home victory to Virginia. The Tigers put up 539 yards, 194 rushing for 5.1 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 346 yards to the Cavaliers with 68 rushing yards for 2.3 yards a carry. Cade Klubnik, 23 of 35 passing for 308 yards with 3 touchdowns and a pick. Clemson in their past 3 games put up 42 points a game with 5.7 yards per rush and over 300 yards passing for 8 yards per pass attempt. They are defending well in this period, allowing 2.2 yards per rush, 56% completion rate. Louisville defense in their past 3 games allowed 33 points, 4.5 yards per run, and 7.4 yards per pass attempt. Louisville 2-9 of the spread on the road against the ACC. Player will be on Clemson at minus the 10. Georgia Southern here and South Alabama. Georgia Southern fell to 5-3 with their 47-19 road defeat at Old Dominion. The Eagles gained 416 yards, 113 rushing for 4.7 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 560 yards to the Monarchs, 304 passing yards on 37 attempts. J.C. French here, 17 of 29 passing for 259 yards with 2 touchdowns and a pick. South Alabama 4-4, a 46-17 home victory to UL Monroe. The Jaguars put up 523 yards, 355 rushing for 7.4 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 383 yards to the Warhawks with 338 rushing for 6.4 yards a carry. Gio Lopez, 18 of 30 passing for 168 yards. He rushed for 25 yards and a touchdown. Georgia Southern offense in the Sun Belt is rushing for 4.7 yards a carry and passing for 271 yards for 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Defensively, they hold a conference foes of 4.2 yards a carry and 59% completions. South Alabama has good numbers against the conference offensively. They allow conference foes 4 yards a carry and 6.4 yards per pass attempt. South Alabama is 1-3 of the spread at home against a winning team. Play here will be on Georgia Southern at plus the 6.5. All right, we got USC and Washington here on Saturday night. USC improved to 4-4 with a 42-20 home victory to Rutgers. The Trojans gained 443 yards, 135 rushing for 5.9 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 434 yards to the Scarlet Knights with 313 passing on 47 attempts. Miller Moss, 20 of 28 passing for 308 yards with 2 touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown. Washington fell to 4-4, a 31-17 road defeat at Indiana. The Huskies put up 318 yards, 116 rushing for 3.7 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 312 yards to the Hoosiers with 188 rushing for 3.6 yards a carry. Will Rogers, 19 of 26 passing for 202 yards with 2 interceptions. The Trojans on the road struggle offensively with 4.4 yards per rush, 63% completion rate, 6.8 yards per pass attempt. Defensively away from home, the Trojans allowing nearly 5 yards a carry, but 75% completion rate, 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Washington against the Big Ten, they run for nearly 4.5 yards a carry. They complete over 70% of their passes for 7.6 yards per pass attempt. Defensively, they hold Big Ten teams to 49% completion rate, 4.7 yards per pass attempt. USC 2-10 the spread as a road favorite. Play Washington here at +2. All right, next up we got Wisconsin and Iowa. Wisconsin drops to 5-3, a 28-13 home defeat to Penn State. The Badgers gained 298 yards, 81 rushing for 3 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 419 yards to the Nittany Lions with 246 passing yards on 31 attempts. Braden Locke, 22 of 42 passing for 217 yards with a pick. Iowa now 5-3, a 40-14 home victory to Northwestern. The Hawkeyes put up 355 yards, 203 rushing for 5.2 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 163 yards to the Wildcats with 43 rushing for 1.8 yards a carry. Brendan Sullivan, 9 of 14 passing for 79 yards. He rushed for 41 yards and a touchdown. Wisconsin on the road rushing for 205 yards with 5.3 yards a carry. They averaged 7.4 yards per pass attempt away from home. The Badgers defend well on the road, allowing 4.4 yards a carry with 50% completion rate for 4.9 yards per pass attempt. Iowa rushes well against the Big Ten with inaccuracy and inefficiency at the quarterback position, though. Defensively in conference, they allow 68% completions and 4.3 yards a carry on the ground. The Badgers 3-1 in the spread on the road when their line here at this price between +3 and -3. Play here will be Wisconsin at +3. For more free pick videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for my best bets, my premium plays, click that link in the description. That'll take you to my page here at Tony'sPicks.com. And if you like this video, give us a like, a thumbs up. You really help our channel. I'm Tony T. We'll talk with you later.